Hello guys, and I think it's time to play a little bit more Diablo, and we've had a little bit longer break with this game, and I just want to show you quite funny wizard build, or I wouldn't even call this a build, and in that way this is not really a build video like the previous one, but in here the main focus goes with the gear that I have found, and yeah, the idea is to have a 6 set bonus for the Firebird's gear, and in otherwise just try to find gear pieces that gives you a little bit extra for the fire damage if possible, and then we have the Serpent's Sparker that allows us to summon 2 Hydras, and otherwise that's the only thing that really affects in the skills itself in this build. I would say that if you go like this all the way and you have even this band, then Hydra is the only spell that you really have to take in that way. Otherwise, I would say it goes mainly that choose the fire spells that you like to use and go with that. Well, if I show my choices are I have Magic Missile with the Consecrate rune, it just makes it fire. Secondary or the main attack spell is the Arcane Torrent with the Flame Ward. Well, personally I enjoy this spell most, and so I like to use it. I know that some people are using the Blizzard with the Apocalypse rune, that it makes it the fire. I have tried that also, it was quite fun, but I enjoyed the Arcane Torrent a little bit more. And other stuff that I'm having, the Mammoth Hydra. It is really good with larger groups of enemies, and especially if you're playing with a bit lower difficulties, or you're going through easier crater rifts, then this alone can clear groups quite easily. And then I'm having energy armor that gives extra armor and maximum arcane power, and magic weapon to boost my damage, and I like to use teleport. It helps me go around with the enemies that are trying to block your way, like the enemies that has the Valor perk, or if there is the Enchanted Arcane or those that makes the laser beam show enemies, then yeah, it's easier to get away from that, and other stuff that makes a lot of damage in there quite quickly. Then in that way teleport is my choice, and I have the Wormhole rune that allows me to cast 2 teleports quite quickly, and yeah, in that way. But yeah, like I said, in this time the skill build isn't really that important. The most important thing is the gear. Get at least 6 parts of the Firebird's gear, and otherwise just trying to find stuff that boosts your fire damage, and that's way. But yeah, let's go to try out the Crater Rift rank 20. This might be a little bit tricky, but well, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes this goes quite well and sometimes they don't, but who knows. And most important, I did remember to well, not really strong start in this time. Almost done already. Yeah. That might be a little bit my problem when I'm trying to do talking and a little bit concentrate on the gameplay. I might a little bit lose and maybe really concentrate that well with the health that I'm having, but yeah. But no excuses if I happen to die in this run, and there is the reason why we are having the teleport, and that is the we can get the hard situations away a little bit easier. But yeah, for me, so far this greater rifts that are ranked 20 or a little bit higher have been a little bit more trickier, but let's face it, it's not really entertaining to watch me play some too easy greater rift, so why not take a little bit challenge in here. And I feel like that this might be also the good way to force me to use all the skills that I'm having, and or at least trying to remember to use them this time. Quite often I feel like that when I have made the build videos, I'm taking different kind of skills, and afterwards I remember that I didn't even use half of them. So that's a little bit fail, so let's hope that this time we are remembering to use at least quite often. But for me, the thing that I quite often forget to use is the Hydras. Or it goes a little bit that sometimes I really remember to use them, and sometimes I just forget using them, so and like you might see if you're a little bit following the arcane power pool there, even if I'm all the time spamming the arcane torrents, I really don't have that much so-called mana problem in here. And I think I even had the same thing when I was using the Blizzard instead of arcane torrent. I rarely had any kind of resource problems. Well, of course, if I really did spam the... Okay, that's too many people. If I really did spam the Blizzard, then of course the arcane pool did go out at some point, but it allowed me to throw several Blizzards before I went boom, so yeah, not really that huge problem. And let's remember to keep the Hydras up. It feels like that they're really useful, and here we'll see that there's the some of these guys has the waller option, and especially if you get the, I think there's are champions, the guys that are total blue, where all of them has the waller, and you can really get easily stuck in those situations, and then it's especially has been quite useful to use the teleport to get out of those little bit harder situations. And other one has been the I'm trying to remember, was it the vortex or something like that, and now we have the laser shot. Here again, try to jail us and take some unnecessary damage from the lasers, but fortunately we had the teleport, so didn't get really that much problem. Otherwise, what I think about the, I'm all the time trying to say that this is a build, but this isn't really a build, it's just a super guy in YouTube playing with the gear set, but yeah. But if I compare this to the builds that I have made earlier. This could be closest to the, let's say, good ones, or the ones that you could use if you're trying to speedrun rifts or stuff like that. I feel like that the Blizzard version might be a little bit better for the speedrun thing, but once again, I would say that it goes just the way that you like, or at least use the spells that you like. Quite often I feel, personally, I don't really watch that much about the build videos, because for me, I like to try to invent the stuff by myself, and like I had once few times said in previous videos, that I'm not trying to tell you how to play the game, I'm just trying to, or I want to give you ideas, and that is the thing that build videos mostly should be. Well, I haven't really watched in Diablo in the build videos, but when I played more of the World of Warcraft, then there really was a little bit more meaning about the build that you were using back then. But it was a little bit boring to watch that someone told you that, okay, this is the most optimal build, go by this way, and example, if you went to the battleground, you see everyone playing the same way, and well, of course it's the most effective way and the best way to play, but when you start thinking about it, it's a little bit boring to that everyone is going the same way, and now once again I'm ranting about something totally unnecessary, but let's go with it. But yeah, what I think that these so-called build videos should be is just to give you ideas. You see that, okay, this guy is playing with this way, and he's using this and this spell, and well, it looks like that it is working, but it's not really something that I would use. So just look the spells, and example, if there is a so-called gimmick in the build and you just really want to go with the gimmick, and but there is a spells that you don't like, then just look different options for the spell, and that's it. It's easy and nice way to modify the builds for your own personal taste. I don't know, it feels sometimes a little bit funny that I started to talk about something, and a moment later I really started to think about what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm saying, but at least I go with it anyways. And okay, so now starts the fun part. I think this guy is a little bit trickier because of that. Not a huge fan. But if you think about playing with this build by using Blizzard, I would say it goes a little bit more like you're kiting the bosses and larger enemy groups and epic monsters and stuff like that. So I would say you could say that it even reminds a little bit about playing with some kind of Frost Wizard or stuff like that. And well, this run was a little bit disappointment, no legendaries or anything like that. Mainly garbage. But yeah, purpose of this video was just to show a little bit gameplay with this kind of Fire Wizard. I know that earlier I had made video about the Frost Wizard or something like that, so well, it's a nice option for that one, and I really enjoyed playing with this type of wizard, and I really enjoyed the idea to collect some kind of armor set and build the skills around that. I think that has been quite enjoyable experience for me, and that's the reason I even start to hunt parts for 2 other armor sets, and when I get enough pieces and I found some kind of interesting skills around them, then sure you could expect me to make you some kind of other videos about those, but yeah, it depends when I'm going to find the missing pieces for those builds, but or those armor sets, not builds. But yeah, but thank you for watching the video, and I hope you did find this at least some way entertaining, although once again I had that one meaningless and pointless rant about something that really didn't mean anything, but yeah, sorry about that. But we'll see in the next video, and maybe it's about something about Diablo, maybe it's something else, who knows. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you the next time. See ya.